Vlad Ethereum Classic.
Welcome back, gentlemen, to Capital Gentlemen. It's your host, Vlad Ethereum, and today we're going to get into another video. We're going to get a render update in just because I haven't been around. I'm just kind of managing my portfolio mainly right now just because like it's not a day trade thing. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm in the right mindset to deal with this market as it is. So I haven't been stressing myself out on here or on YouTube as much. Although I'm still worried about the venture, obviously. It's more so I'm just playing my cards as they are. I know this isn't gonna go anywhere if I don't even have the capital to do shit. So that's kind of why I'm putting that as priority. Once profits are took, in general, we're really gonna be vamping up. But right now, this year is mainly me worried about building a base. I'm not worried about blowing up more so. I mean, let the cards fall where they may. I'll try to be as consistent as possible. But all right, so a couple things that we have going on. Will render. So we'll render. We went through kind of like not a blow off top or anything, but we beat the all time high. Like I was kind of calling for, and then on top of that, we had the Nvidia GTC conference, and on top of the Nvidia GTC conference, we had a bunch of other things go down after that, which is extremely bullish in my perspective. Um, which is extremely bullish in my perspective. Sorry about that. I didn't raise the mic. Um, so Bitcoin dominance. What I just want to say about that. This isn't going to be a video for that or Bitcoin in general, but what I'm just going to say real quick is altcoin season post having. That's been my thesis for a while. We're still not in altcoin season just because Bitcoin dominance hasn't put in a any form of a top showing that we're gonna have a drawdown when people rotate into Bitcoin. So there's that. Um Bitcoin dominance, or no, Bitcoin halving right now. Bitcoin halving is 5 days away. Hope you guys are ready for that. After that, 60 days after that, we should be in altcoin season. So I'm mainly just trying to make sure that my bags are in order, making sure I can last until that altcoin season. Because I'm not saying I'm not going to be taking profits to live off of, but I'm not trying to be dipping in my bag seriously until um that it's obvious that it's not hurting me right now. It hurts more than it should, in my opinion. But that's not saying I'm not up. I'm just saying I want to be more conservative, not even with trading, just I don't want to be spending my alts too early. Moving on past that, we have the burn mechanism still in play, about 50K burn right now. Nothing too crazy. um, I'll post the NVIDIA GTC conference soon. It's called "The Future of Rendering Real-Time Ray Tracing AI Holographic Displays in the Blockchain." Um, so a couple other things that we have a partnership between Oto and Stability AI. So what's his name again? Stack or something? Stack. What's his name? Hold on, let me what's his name? Emad Mostat. Yeah, he joined from the Stability AI board just because he believed personally that decentralized AI is a way that is basically AI is going to be taking over the space, which is fair. But this is more like AI training models. I don't know what he has planned, but he introduced some other things which would be bullish for render. Um, Basically right now Render is partnered with Stable Diffusion, Proxy, Otoy, because they have, well, it's a pretty good partnership. They have 10 million global users. What's it? 270,000 Discord members and 400 million images generated. We'll get into that data source later. Um, so what is this? What is this? What is this? So basically, they've rendered on Stability AI 2.5 billion images, which is out of 15.4 billion images on the internet that came from AI. So majority of them come from Stability AI, which means that whenever render is implemented into these services, I'm not expecting it not to affect the burn. But I also don't want to overhype. I want to see the results, and then as that scales up, then I can be more bullish as time goes on. Um, so if you go to Stability AI, Otoy, Endeavor, and the Render Network. Oh wait, no, never mind. Wrong section. So it's called generation AI models, IP rights systems, and open standards powered by decentralized GPU computing. Render network scaling AI training for VFX, 3D media, and media production. Out workflow stability AI models render GPUs with results feeding back into mainstream 3D software tools. That's basically what the partnership is for, as far as I can tell. With some other leveraging the render network for other things too, besides just 3D. It's basically going to be leveraging proof of render, from what I can tell. Um, and I have to figure out if this is for um. I mean, from what I can tell, proof of render. It was the proposal for RMP 11. Stable video 3D image to video diffusion next model stable diffusion 3 text to video model image. Okay, I'm just reading what I wrote and I'm just making sure. Um that's kind of what my thesis is they're going to use it for a lot of these products. We'll get into stable diffusion, et cetera, all that bullshit in a second. So now I have to flip pages to make sure I'm doing this in the right order. So for this YouTube video, we had the Stability AI render partnership. So the using the render network for AI training, 3D VFX media production. Like I said, Emad Mustak joined from the Stability AI team to render advisory board. So that's good. Jules Arbach, I'm not going to pull up the Telegram shit, but he said he thinks it's going to accelerate the burn mechanism, which makes sense. We're going to go through some of the stability AI products right now. So right now, Stability AI, this is their website. You can play that video on your own time. But yeah, this is their website of 10 million users, like my data that I said already. Moving on. Stable video 3D, so it's gonna be image to video to 3D, not well. I don't know if it's gonna be 3D, but or 3D video. I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of like it is, but I don't know if it's gonna be 3D. I think it's 3D models out of anything, probably. Um, I'm guessing the render network is going to be utilized here, especially this is already a product that's out. I can see some of these products that aren't out. Um, Let me see stable video diffusion. Um, let's see if we could try this live. Probably not. It's probably going to make us do an account. Blah blah. Yeah, no, we're not doing this. Um, I mean, I might try it on my own time, but it's not. It's basically it's 2 to 5 second videos, nothing crazy. But what I I'm noticing is this FPS is really fucking low, so I gonna have to get that up, probably via the render network because I know they don't have the power for that. That's why they partnered with them. Um, this is just a rough draft. You don't have to actually know everything like on the technical side of this. This is all again, you got to understand from an investor's perspective. You don't even understand what's happening on the back end as much as the people actually building the shit. So you don't have to unless you're about to be on the team, you don't have to, know how to code, just know how this works. You just have to know the narrative and actually have the proof of the narrative coming to light, which is what we have here now. I'm guessing this is $1 billion company just because they're already competing with well, they're competing with a lot of different sources, like Dolly E or I think OpenAI a little bit, and then Adobe. Adobe didn't produce, Dolly E didn't really produce, and then OpenAI hasn't really produced most of the images. So this is kind of like the image juggernaut. Hopefully, it can maintain that space. Um, but anyways, moving on from that, my other thing was Stable Diffusion 3. Stable Diffusion 3 isn't even out yet, so text to image model. I'm guessing that the render network is going to have something to do with this until they give more clarity, but they can only give so much clarity because they have good marketing, so I'll say that they keep people guessing. One thing that I want to point out is RMP 11. RMP 11 is going to be the render staking. So creating millions of 3D training assets, basically right here. So render now nodes will opt into training to into a lightweight external client. This client will be maintained by Stability AI and developed on GitHub. This is gonna pass. This has to pass. Um, this has to pass. I'm not even sure. I think they've been passing other shit. I don't know what the timeline on this is, but basically, yeah, it's already proven. The client will be maintained by Stability AI on GitHub. Blah 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 blah. 3D will facilitate 3D generation with the render nodes running on this client. I'm pretty bullish on render because if it's 3D, we can assume we basically this and um you know we already discussed. So that's kind of a thing. Proof of render, basically proof of render, is going to be basically it's going to be a staking thing that's going to be developed. So render staking is coming soon. Don't go stake your render until they come out with official links and all that, because you'll basically just get rugged and shit, because nothing's out yet until they give you the links. Everything else related to staking is a scam. Staking render token holders can stake their tokens with generation nodes. Stakers can manage their stakes, allowing them to select generation nodes based upon performance metrics, historical accuracy, and other relevant factors. So stakers stake with the nodes. Everybody's collaborating to produce power for the network. This is incorporating the buyer, so that's good. That's to reduce sell pressure. And then you have the actual buyers that are doing licensing and creating things. um I haven't even read through this like crazy. I mean, like, I just kind of just get the gist. It's gonna be bullish here. What else we had was Grayscale coming in talking about render. So Grayscale talking about the crypto sectors, even though they've been selling off, like, they still have, something to say. It's just kind of the bear market got to DCG and all that and blah 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 and blah blah. But render has been brought up right here, as we can see on Grayscale. Grayscale's credibility, I think, has gone down a little bit, but the fact that they're bringing it up out of all the other options, it makes sense. So what we're going to go into now is the Apple partnership. What we have here on the Apple partnership is this patent right here. So we have the distributed processing and generated reality system, render network, um what's it called, how do I want to describe this? I guess it's like, it's kind of, they can't say render network necessarily, because they want to keep their options open for future, I'm guessing. But essentially, the render network's the only people that's going to be able to do what these people want, and this is Apple. They've already been working together. You can go and you gotta. It's kind of, it's not hard to find, but it's not easy to find. You gotta find the iPad Pro, MacBook Pro, and it's gonna have Octane X as a software processor or whatever in the chip and shit, something like that. As long as the name's attached to it, I don't really give a fuck what it does. Well, I care what it does, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not super like, it's pretty basic to understand, but it's like, from the last time I looked at it, I don't want to give any like misinformation. But technologies are disclosed relating to display services. The display device is configured to discover via network interface one or more compute nodes, operable to facilitate the rendering of the three-dimensional content, and receive um basically more information for computing and blah blah blah, and 3D rendering and on your devices, and all that bullshit. And yeah, basically that's what I'm getting is, Apple Vision Pro scaling and shit. There's already been proven, they already did a job for them. What else? We have the Apple conference coming out on June 10th. It's basically going to be incorporating AI in this conference. I don't even think it says a whole lot here about the AI section, but I know it is. It's not like me guessing. I know it is. I just don't have the right website. I really just picked up this website for the date, just so I can. That's just crystal clear. So they're probably going to talk about them. That would be extremely bullish. We have iOS 18. People speculating on AI being incorporated in iOS 18, so that's cool. Just basic shit. You don't actually have to, know every single thing about it. You just have to know the news. That's all it is. It's just news. Apple news, Stability AI news, staking coming out. Okay, bam. Keep it simple. Nvidia report earnings coming out on May 22nd, 2024. So Nvidia coming out with their earnings report. It's gonna be bullish again. It's probably gonna be bullish for the rest of the year, in my opinion, just because it's fucking Nvidia. It's not just the fourth biggest company in the world for no reason. Um, I say that's basically it for the fundamental side of things.